Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me. Happy Saturday to everyone. This is what we're going to work on today. These are little, let's see, I'm going to call them double pocket notebooks, little staggered notebooks that we're going to use in our journal. Now, this is just some old scrapbook paper that I had laying around. Some of it I had printed on and I didn't like what I printed, so I just left it aside so that I could use it for things like this. And then that's the same thing. I'm not going to cover the back of this because it's going to be glued down to my page on the sides and the bottom, and that's going to create another tuck spot. And then you have a little pocket here that has a tag in it. So that tag goes right down in there. And I have just put some material on the top of that. Then I put a little tab right there to show that there'll be another tuck spot back there. And then here I just took some scraps off of my desk and tore them. These are some of my dyed papers. Just tore them. I put a book page in here. I put a little piece of doily in there and a little piece of lace across the top. And then I sewed this little book together and then I glued it down on here. So that'll be a book and a double pocket. So that's what we're going to use. You just need to use, I mean, you don't have to use a thick cardstock for the base of this. You could use, 2 pieces of book page or something like that. But I just have lots of scraps of cardstock that are about this size, so I'm just going to use those and then cover them. Alright, so let's get started on making some of these. These will just glue right down in our journal, and it'll be another nice embellishment to go along with all of those that we're trying to make to get ready for different journals that we're putting together. Alright, here are just some scrap papers that I have collected up. And I've just kind of cut them straight into, some of them are about 4 inches, some of them are 3 inches, some of them I may have to trim again. I just wanted the sides, top and bottom straight so that I could kind of go from there. So I'm going to lay that aside. Here is 2 right here. Now these are 4 inches wide. And then this back one, let's see if I can measure it for you. The back one is, it's almost 5 1/4, this back piece. And then the front one, what I do on the front piece is I just bring it down just about 3/4 of an inch from the top of that one. I don't put them the same height. I want it to be down about 3/4 so that you can definitely see that there is a pocket there. Now on the one that I made, I sewed it together, but if you don't sew, you can always glue this together. It doesn't matter. Whichever one you want to do is fine. And then I went ahead and cut my little corners right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm not even going to hold them together and cut them just to, that looks pretty good. It may be a little off here or there, but it looks pretty good to me. Now, you could use some type of scallop punch and punch the top of this if you wanted to. Just keep in mind that you're going to be putting a little tag down in there, so anything you do to the top of this, it's going to have to be pretty sturdy to make sure that that tag can slide in and out well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and sew around this. Like I said, if you don't sew, then just glue around it, same difference. But I'm going to sew around mine. And then we'll come back and we'll start embellishing, covering all of this, and making our tag. Okay, so there's our stitching. And that stitched up our pocket. Now we can start embellishing on here. Now, you could have embellished before you sewed this on. That would have been fine. Sometimes I'll sew it together and then I'll embellish, but it's just whichever one you want to do. So let's see what we're going to put down on here. I think I'm going to tear a piece of this. This is a new kit that we're working on. And this is just an old vintage wallpaper. And I think I'll just use a little piece of that. So I'm just trying to decide which place I want it. And I'm not going to go right to the edge with mine on here because I'm going to go inside my stitching. But if you want to embellish yours first and then stitch around it, you can do that. This one I'm just going to do a little bit different. Just, I don't know why, just because I want to see what it looks like, I guess. So I'm just going to go right inside my stitching, because this is kind of a clean pattern on the back, so it's not going to interfere. I just wanted to kind of see what it looks like. I've always stitched on top of everything, but today I just wanted to do things a little bit different and see what it looked like. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Should we put that in the background? What would that look like? No, that's going to cover that up too much. So let's find another little piece. I think we can use a piece of, let's use a piece of this. This is out our digital kit, and I will link our digitals below. We don't have many yet, but there are a few in there. We're working on quite a few more. It's just, you know, with everything else that we do, it takes a little bit of time. I've had some people ask, am I working on getting together some fussy cut digitals? And yes, we are, but I want to tell you this. Most all of our digitals, you can fussy cut them, and I think they're just referring to just fussy cut things. And yes, we're working on a butterfly and a bird fussy cut digital, where that's all that'll be on there is those two, and they will be where you fussy cut them. So we are working on it. It's just takes us a little bit of time to get everything together. Okay, so I think I'm going to put that there. I'm going to tear that off a little bit more. There we go. And then, of course, we have to have just a little piece of book page. I'll put that down here. And I'm just kind of collaging the front of it. So, like I said, it just depends on how you want to cover it. You can cover it many different ways. It doesn't have to be the way that I'm doing it. So, I'll put that there, and then I'll probably put just another little piece of something at the bottom. So I'm going to ink these up because I like the look of inking. But if you don't, then you can put yours straight down. You could cut yours if you want to, if you don't like the look of tearing. I like the torn look, but you can do it many different ways. It's just up to you and what you like. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this edge down over here, and then I will come back and glue that other edge because I want to tuck those other ones under. But I want to get this one where I want it first. Okay, so I'm going to see, I'm leaving my stitching showing there. And then this one we can glue all the way down. And I want to say right here, just while I'm doing this, welcome to all of our new subscribers. I really appreciate you joining us. We do a variety of different videos. You will see back in ours range from cards to mini albums to junk journals to regular journals, just whatever. I love doing journals. I love doing mini albums. I guess that's my first love. But I like to do a variety of products, of different creations, because I know that we have lots of different people who watch, and some people, you know, like mini albums, some people like cards. Now, I will tell you, I am not a big card maker, and it's just because I don't use a lot of cards. So, if you come on and you see that, you know, I don't do a lot of cards and that's what you want, then I apologize for that, but, you know, I have to do what I enjoy doing. And cards is just not one of those things that You know, I don't wake up in the morning and think, oh, I got to go make some cards. I wake up in the morning and think, I've got to create some beautiful embellishments or mini albums or something. So, you know, just stay true to yourself. Whatever you enjoy doing, do that. Don't try to just go out and do a variety of things just to make somebody else happy, because that might make them happy, but it's not going to make you happy. So just stay true to what you like. Now, that's not to say that I will not do more cards, because I will, because I know a lot of you guys enjoy the cards. But they're going to be really unusual cards if I do them. I can tell you that. You guys know I like the unusual cards. And, you know, we have Made It Con coming up, and we're going to have card classes in there. But they're going to be an unusual card. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you this while I'm inking around this. I want to tell you, if you are interested in some of our classes to Made It Con, now we are doing virtual classes this year just because of all of the virus, the COVID, and all of that kind of stuff. We're going to do virtual classes. That means I will be live on a video with you, just the people who purchase the classes. If you don't purchase the classes, you won't be able to see the video. And it will also be recorded, so you can watch the live and ask us questions. We'll have Melina and her husband Brandon that'll be in the background helping us answer questions and do things like that. But then later, if you don't get your project completed, then later on you can go back and watch it again on a exclusive recording. And, you know, you'll have that recording forever, so you can watch it over and over if you want to and do it again and again. Now, we only have a few classes left. They are, the first round sold out like crazy, really, really quick. So if you're interested in some of our classes, go over, I will leave the link below. Go to Shannon at mememadeit.com, and you can tell her that you're interested in a class, and she can get back with you and let you know what is available. I don't know right now myself exactly how many of my classes are available. I know I did add on more classes last week. So get with her, just email her and let her know that you're interested. And you will get your complete class kit with instructions and photos sent to you. They will be mailed to you before the class time, and then you can just pull out your class kit and follow right along with us and make your project. We've got lots of interesting projects coming up. I think we have 6 classes and then the Make It Marathon. So we'd love to have you join us. I'd like to talk to you guys on live. That would be fun. Let me know if you have emailed her and if you're interested in some of those classes. Let me know that. I'm interested in knowing who all will be with us. Okay, all I'm doing, this is one of those butterflies that we stamped on the fabric, and I'm just kind of trimming it out a little bit. I'm just fussy cutting a little bit. I'm not being real particular. And then I was just going to see what that looked like on there. It may not be what we use, but I was just going to look at it. I don't know, it kind of blends into the background a little bit much, don't you think? So we'll use that on something else. I think might use this one on this. That kind of pops, or let's see what else we've got. I've cut out a few this morning. Oh, I like that one. No more. Look at no more. I like that one. So we'll put that little butterfly down. This is from Tina. Y'all hear me say her name all the time. So what I want you to do is, if you go over to her channel, I want you to tell her that I definitely give her credit for these. This was actually a little free printable that she had given out to all of her subscribers for her 20,000 subscriber. When she hit 20,000 subscribers. So you can go over and check her out. I will leave all of that information below. All right, there is our little collage for the front. I like that with the stitching out here and then the collage in the center. I like that. So now I want to cover a little bit right here because I really don't like that in the background particularly. So what are we going to cover that with? Let's find a little piece of something. I may just put a little piece. Let's see what I've got here. I see a little piece of something sticking out. No, it's not long enough. I may just put a little piece of this tea-dyed paper there. And I'm just going to tear it just about that long. We'll ink that up and put that there. And it will cover most of it, but it doesn't cover every little bit of it. So we may make a few of these, so I may chat while we make them because they're all going to be made basically the same. Now this is a little tiny piece that was above one of the flowers images that we had in our digital, and I just cut it out and I'm just going to put it right there. Now I know you're saying, oh my gosh, you're going to cover that with a little notebook. I'm going to cover part of it with a notebook. This notebook is going to be a little bit smaller, so you'll still be able to see most of this, and then when you flip the notebook up, of course you can see it all. So we're going to do that. I'm not going to make this one as large as I did the last one. So that's where you can go ahead and decorate your page up, and then see, we're still going to be able to see lots of it. And then when the notebook is flipped up, you can see lots more of that. So you can do as much or as little collaging on the front of this as you want. So all I'm going to do is grab some various papers, just some that are laying around here on my desk. And I'm just going to tear them in a staggered effect here. I don't want them to be cut off exactly, anything like that. So there's that one. Let's see, I had lots more laying around here somewhere. I've got a little piece here it's just a tiny piece, but we'll put that in there. We have a piece of this part that we used yesterday. We'll put that in there. And then I'm going to tear a little piece of this. This is more of our dyed paper. And you can leave the top straight if you want. It doesn't matter. You can tear it or leave it straight. I think I put that on top. It's a little bit shorter than the others. So then I am going to tear a little piece of this. And we'll put it behind somewhere. I just like different little pieces peeking out in different levels. I think that's pretty. And then I'm going to tear a piece of this. This is from one of our digitals, this piece. We used a part of it yesterday, and then we'll use more of it today. So let's see, that's going to be a little bit longer, so we'll put it at the very back. So let's see what that looks like. We put that there, that one there, this one here. Let's see, let's tear this off a little bit more right here, and then you'll be able to see that purple behind that. Let's lay that one, tear it off a little more, and that's just my process there. I just kind of stagger them, and I look at it and see if I need to tear a little bit or leave it. And then this one we're going to tear a little bit more, and I'll save that piece and use it on something else. And then I want to just put a little tiny piece of doily on the front of that, and I'm just going to tear a little piece. Not that you can write on this doily or anything, but I just like the looks of it. I think it's pretty. So that is going to be our little notebook right there. And I'm just going to stitch across the top and put a piece of lace on here. And then I will glue it down to this. So let's see what kind of lace or whatever we want to put on top of this. We may just go with a little piece of that across the top. I like that. I like the looks of that and that doily together. That's pretty. So let's do that. Yeah, I like the looks of that. Okay. So I'm going to clip that little piece off right there, and we'll use that little piece on our tag that we make. I'm going to go to my sewing machine. I'm going to kind of make sure all of these are up at the top where my stitches will catch everything. And then I'm going to stitch that right across there. If you do not stitch here again, all you need to do is use your glue. You can definitely use just glue to glue this together. Oh, I like that. That's cute. So you've got lots of little pages to journal on, take notes on. And then all we're going to do now is we're going to glue this right at the top of this front page here, right across there. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue because it will glue paper to paper very well. If you're, if you have lace behind here or lace down here, you're going to want to use a fabric glue. Just don't glue your pocket together. Okay, just going to make sure I don't have any glue out here at the top. Now, again, here, I want to tell you this. You could have done all of this, sewn this on the page before you actually glued your page together. You could have done all that first. There's variations of ways that you could put this together. So it's just, sometimes I might sew this on and then put it all together. On this one, I sewed around the edges and then I put my paper on. I mean, it just depends on what you want and what you think about at that time. Sometimes I'm chatting so fast that I don't think about what I'm going to do. So, but that is a little notebook, and now we just need to make a little journal card to go on the inside of that. Let's see what we have. I have this little piece of, I think that this is actually, I think this is watercolor paper. It's a little bit tight, so we're just going to trim it off. And I probably will need to use my trimmer because this is pretty thick and I don't want to mess it up. So we're just going to use our trimmer and trim that off. Okay, let's see what that looks like. See if that's going to fit well. Yes, that's going to fit perfect. All right, now we just need to cover this with some paper. And I am thinking, I like that. I like the looks of that. So I'm thinking I'll just put that there. So I'm just going to tear this edge, because here again, I like the torn edge. You could just put down a solid piece if you wanted to. And I will glue that probably there. Let's see, is that the right way up or the wrong way up? I think that's actually the right way up, so we'll put it there. And then I want something else over here. Okay, this is also from our digital. I think I'll just put that there. It looks like a lot of maps and things, so I like that look. Tear that off right there. I like that old steam engine. I love that. So then let's see what we're going to put on here. I may tuck this little piece in right there. Then let's just put a little piece of this. Now, I think I want a piece of book page. You know I have to have some book page along the way. And some vellum. I don't have any vellum out right now, but I'll grab some in a minute because my next one's got to have some vellum on it. Alright, so I'm going to ink these up and then glue those down, and then we'll trim out around it. I like to do that, and then you can see what it looks like after you trim it. It looks so much different. So I'm just going to ink the center of them, the part that's going to be, that I'm not going to be cutting. Let's see, we will put that book page down that way, so we'll ink this top over here. Alright, I think everything else we can glue and ink as we go. So let's put this down. Okay. I am going to put that about right there. Now I want to tuck this up under the edge just a little bit. So I want my engine to show, but so I think we're just going to do that like that. And then I'm going to glue it down. And then here again, I want to tuck this up under just a little. Okay, then for this piece, I think I will bring it straight across. Like that, and it kind of separates some parts. Okay, now let's flip it over and trim. This is the reveal to me. Look at that, isn't that cute? I love putting that on there, cutting it, and then looking at it. So then I'm just going to go around the edges. Now you can cut this into a tag shape if you want. I think all I'm going to do is leave mine like it is. Just leave the edges squared. But you can cut it into a tag shape, or you can round the corners off. You can do lots of different things with it. These little pieces I keep. I will use those in more collaging. So there is that part of our tag. And then I want to put something on the top. And I think I may just use this little flower right here. Now see, this flower you could fussy cut if you wanted to. We can, you know, you could always blow it up, or we could blow it up and you could fussy cut it if you wanted. Or you could fussy cut just like it is. I have done that before, just the size that it is, and they're very pretty. We'll put that down right there. I don't mind covering this up. I just don't want to cover my little steam engine. So I like that. Then what are we going to put on here? Let's just grab one of our little words that we stamped, and it says treasure. Put that right there. And then we just need a tiny butterfly. I don't want to bring in any blue, so we'll probably just put the brown butterfly on there. Like that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to stamp. I'm going to stamp this up. I am going to ink this up. Hey, I think I'm going to start leaving in some bloopers in my videos. What do you guys think? Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Okay, we'll put that right there, like that. And then our little butterfly, let's put our treasure down first. And this is stamped on some of that material, the fabric. Just says treasure. And I think I'm going to put it more on that little flower because I think it'll show better. See there? That shows a little bit better there. And then we'll put our little butterfly down over here. There we go. We've still got our little image up there that I like. I'm going to glue this or sew that right there at the top in the center, and that's going to be our pull. And what else do we need to do? The back we don't need to cover because you can journal on that, because it being that white paper. What else do I need to do? Let's see. Alright, let's drag some bling out. I'm cutting up this little swirl here because I don't use these swirls very much anymore. So I just cut them and I use them on my little butterflies. It's hard to find this size bling, this tiny bling. So when I find it in swirls, I try to buy them and then I just cut them up. So I really don't use a lot of swirls. And that way you get that little tiny bling. And I know that's probably a little bit harder to see, but I think it's cute. It blends in the other browns and blacks that we have on here. Of course, you could always use some of that silvery in that center. That'd be pretty. And then I'm going to stitch around this, and I'm going to stitch that right there on the top. I'm just going to do probably a zigzag stitch to stitch around this. Okay, there we go. We've got that stitched around, and I just did some tight stitching, zigzag around that. So that will slide right down in there. And then when we glue the edges of this down, then you're going to have another pocket. So you've got a pocket there, and then I'm going to put just a little pull right up here at the top. And I think all I'm going to do there is I'm just going to take a piece of our paper here. Let's see which one we want to use. Let's just use this. I'm just going to fold it in the center. And then I'm just going to use my little circle punch. And I'm just going to punch it. Now this is a 1-inch circle punch. And that's going to make my little pull tab. See, it's going to make a little pull tab, and I'm just going to ink around that. You can make these as large or as small as you want, depending on what size punch you use and how far you slide it into your punch. I just put this about a little over halfway inside the punch, and it worked. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of center that up right there. Ink a little bit right at the top. And there is our little double pocket notebook right there. Isn't that cute? So there's 2 of them. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the next one, and you know, I'm not going to talk you through it because you've seen me make one. So we'll just talk about something else. We'll just chit chat. This one I may make a little bit smaller. This is just some scrap paper that I had that was cut this size, and I just trimmed this front one down. So let's see. I think I'm just going to go with both of this written part on the front. That way I don't have so much trouble covering it up. And you wouldn't have to cover your paper up. You could, if you wanted, you know, that to show. And you don't have to collage on the front of this. If you want like this paper to show, that paper to me is very pretty. It looks vintage. Then I may just leave that as my background there. Let me get this pretty even here. Looks like I've got it cut a little bit wonky. You ever heard the phrase wonky? I don't know. I have no clue what that means. Crooked. It looks like I've cut it crooked. The bottom is cut kind of crooked. Let's see. There we go. Slide it up a little bit. Just trim that off. So there we go. We've got already. And this, like I said, you can leave that just as is. Put a little label or something there. And that is all that you need to do. Again, excuse my voice. It's just the humidity that's getting me. But I'm not sick or anything. I just have a lot of allergies, and the humidity just... We went outside last night, and I don't know if any of you watched, but we went to my daughter's farm, and we went outside and had a good time. They sing in a gospel group, or they are a gospel group, I should say. And it's the Pilot family, and they did a little concert for us on my daughter's front porch, and we just had a grand time. We had so much fun. And I sat outside in that humidity and that heat, and now today I'm like, I have to keep something drinking because my throat's so clogged up. But it was worth it. That concert was absolutely fantastic. Now I think all I'm going to do down here is I'm just going to put a couple of little pieces of, I'm going to put this little dream that I stamped on just some coffee dyed paper. I'm going to put a little piece of book page, and then I may just put, I don't know, I may not put a butterfly on there at all, because a lot of that's not going to be a lot of that is not going to be seen. So I'm going to ink the top part of this just because I think that might be seen, and then we'll glue this down. So as I said, there are many ways to make these, many variations that you can come up with. I'd like for you to share all of your creations and your variations with me over on our Facebook group. That link is always below. I love seeing your creations. I love seeing you redo projects that I have done. That's what I do them for. I do not do these to make money, because believe me, there's not that much money in YouTube. Not unless you've got like 1 million subscribers, which I do not. But I do them for you guys so that you can learn and you can make more projects. I got that a little bit crooked, so I'm going to lift it up. I want to teach you how to do all of this. And if you know, a lot of you could be teaching me, I'm sure. But I just love it. Okay. I think that is all I'm going to do to that right there. Now I'm going to stitch around this. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut these little edges up here. Let's see. That still is not looking straight to me. There we go. I'm going to clip that little edge right there. And then we will clip that one, and then that needs to be trimmed. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to stitch around this, and then we'll come back and we'll start making our little tag to go inside. Okay, now for that one I just used the straight stitch, just because my pocket's already going to be so small. So I just did a little straight stitch down the sides and the bottom on that. Now we can make a little journal tag to go on the inside. Let's see, what do we want to do? I'll tell you, these little backings for your bling and embellishments that you buy, these make absolutely perfect journal tags. Just cover the back. It's sturdy enough and it makes perfect ones. So I am going to use this, and I'm going to trim it. I think right there will work. And then We'll cut it off about right there. Okay. And I'm going to use my trimmer on this. I save all of my packaging and I use it over and over, or I use it for things like this. I'll save that little piece. That would be a fantastic embellishment to put on a collage or something like that. So see, we've got a little journal tag that's already scalloped at the bottom. That's cute. Let me make sure it's going to fit in here before we start decorating. Yes, it's a little tight, so I think I might just trim just a little bit off. See if that goes better. Oh yeah, that slides much better. And now we can cover this. We can do some collaging on here, or you can leave the edge like it is. I think that edge is pretty. This is pretty, that writing on there, so I might cover this edge up and just leave some of that writing on there. I think I'll put this little stamped image that we did on there. So I'm just going to tear it at the top, across the top, and then we'll put that down like that, and then I'll just trim around it. And then we'll find something else to put over here. I like this little writing that sometimes is on the bottom of the images in our digitals. It's French or something. I have no clue what it says, but they look cute when you use them on your pages. Let's trying to trim it where it's not so crooked. There we go. So we will probably, I think I may just put that right there at the bottom of that. And then what else are we going to use? I'm just going to tear a little piece of this letter right here. This is from one of our digitals. And then we'll place that right up under there and that across there. And then I'll leave that little piece that's there. I think that'll be cute. So I'm going to ink this just to make it look like a little label. Well, basically that's what it is, isn't it? It's a label. So then we will just start gluing this down. Put that right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and trim this out just to see what we might need now. And I'm going to follow the little scalloped edge here as best I can. There we go. And then we'll do a little inking. Okay, now what? Oh, we could bring in that little blue butterfly and it'll pull that blue out of there. That's cute. Let's do that. Okay, and then of course we need some bling on our butterfly, and we still have to make our little notebook to put on the front of here. I think on this one, let's just try some of this clear bling here. Let's see if we can get it straightened out where we can use it. It's in a little curve, but I think we can straighten it. We put it down. Let's see. There we go. That's cute. That sparkles. I like that. It sparkles. Isn't that cute? I need to put a little glue right there. Well, I probably didn't need to because I am going to stitch this, but I'm going to put a little glue on there. And now I'm going to go ahead and make our little notebook so that I can stitch both of them at the same time. So let's see. Let me get a drink. I am drinking today orange mango. It's antioxidants and vitamins. 0 sugar. So let's tear a little piece of this. This is just one of our coffee dyed pages. That'll be one sheet. And you can put as many or as few of these sheets as you want in here. There's no rhyme or reason. I like to use up as many of the smaller scraps as I can. That just gets a lot of those little pieces off my desk. So when it comes to little things like this, where I've already used all of the other paper except this, I like to put that in there. You can still write on the back. Take your notes on the back if you want. Doesn't have to be clear paper. You can write on book pages very, very easy. So let's just throw in a little bit of this pink since we've got pink back there. And I think I'm going to tear that about right there. And you can just collect your pages up and then tear them after you get all of them collected if you want to. This is a Tina digital that I got. Let's see, what else? We have a little piece of purple that's already right here, so let's just use it. And we will use something else, one other piece. Just grab a little piece of this. This is some that I dyed and left the doily on top. And I put a couple of different colors on this one, I do think. I will try to remember to link my dyeing papers videos that I have done below. If I don't, all you need to do is just go into the search and put paper dyeing, something to that effect, and it'll pull those up. I'm going to tear that off just a little bit, and we'll put that one there, so you'll still be able to see those. This one will go behind our little note page. I think I'll tuck it in here, and then I'll tear it off just a little bit more, like that. This little page will tuck in the center there. You can still see the pink on either side. And then this one we'll put at the very back. And that should give us all of our different little views of our stacked notebook. And now I'm just going to choose what I want to put across the top. Oh, we didn't put a doily on the front of this. We could do that. Let's just put a pink one. A little piece of this pink. There we go. And then I think, okay, this little piece that I tore off of that little bag that I was telling you about, I think I'm actually going to put that across the top. And I may fold it I'm not sure. Let me look at it folded. Nope, I'm going to leave it open, and I'm going to sew that right across the top right there. So I use up all those little scraps. Now, on this end, I want to tear that a little bit more. So just get it started and then tear it. And then that's what we're going to sew right up there. We may come back with a little bling or something like that to go right at the top. But let me sew this together and we'll look at it and see what we need. Alright, there is our little piece sewn across there. And then we're just going to glue it down right here. Guys, today is Aaron's 20th birthday. I know I have a lot of you already know that, and a lot of you have sent him birthday cards and things, and he really appreciates all of those. I have shown them to him by photo, but I'm taking all of them over there today to his birthday party, and hopefully I can get a little bit of filming done where, you know, he is telling you how much he appreciates them. I don't know how busy it's going to be at their house, and I don't know who all's going to be there, so it'll just depend on, you know, if some people want to be on camera or not. But maybe I can just get him by himself and he can tell you guys how much he appreciates. He actually went to the mailbox every day this week. He has gone to the mailbox to see if he got a birthday card. He absolutely loves birthday cards. It doesn't matter what else he gets. He loves birthday cards. He saves all of them. He's got a drawer full from all of his years, and he loves them. That's just his thing, is birthday cards. So he is going to be so excited when I take all these cards over there today. All right, that is that little piece. I think that is cute. And let's see, I'm going to ink a little bit around here again. This is not something that you have to do. This is me. You know, some people say they just don't like to ink. To me, it just seems like it finishes off, but that's me. Now, I think I may put a little bit of something up there. So let me see what we'll put up there. Got some of this black bling that I'm hoarding because I can't find it anymore. So let me cut a little piece of that. If anybody knows where I can get this, please let me know in the comments below. I cannot find where I purchased this. I can't find anybody who has it. But I want more. I love it. I just can't find it. And I may have to use a little fabric glue on there. I don't know. Let me see if that's going to hold. I think I'm going to have to use Fabri-Tac on it. Cute. I like that. Okay, now what are we going to do? I want to put a pull on this. And you know, I think I might actually just cut this one into a tag shape, since we have left all of those other ones squared off. And I do need to cover the back of this. I'm just going to put a little piece of our paper on the back of that. Let's see. Let's just grab this glue stick that I hate, and we'll use it. We'll just trim this off. There we go. Cute, cute. And now we can write on the back. Put this to the side, and then I need some type of pull tab at the top. Now I may just use a piece of this vintage lace that I have right here. This is just some vintage lace that I have had in my stash who knows how many years. I don't even remember where I got it, truthfully. Truth be told. Okay, now I'm going to put just a tiny bit of glue, just enough to hold that until I sew it. And since this glue is mostly dried up anyway, I won't have to wait for it to dry. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to stitch around this, and then we'll be ready to put it inside our little booklet. Okay, we just did a little straight stitch around that. We're going to slide that right in there. Like that. And then I'm going to put a little pull up here at the top. And I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do. All I'm going to do is, I've got this little scrap of book page here. I'm going to ink the edges. It's already torn. So I'm just going to ink the edges. I'm going to fold it in the center. And then I'm going to put some glue on there. There we go. So that is it. That is another little booklet for our journals. Aren't those cute? I'm going to call these a double pocket notebook that for our journals. So that is it. That's how quick and easy they are to make. Don't worry about this. You're going to glue them down. Now, if you're not going to glue this down, if you're going to put them in a pocket or something, then go ahead and cover this back, and then you'll have more journaling on here. But I'm going to glue mine down, so I'm not going to worry about what the back looks like on these. But that is it. That's how quick and easy they are to make, and they are so cute, I think, and so useful because you can do all kinds of notes and journaling and things on here. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And thank you to all of our new subscribers. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. When you subscribe, it just helps us out a little bit with YouTube. They see that we've got people interested in our videos and subscribing. So they kind of keep us in the good graces of YouTube. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.